So your 8-year-old daughter had her bum groped by one of 3 middle-aged Muslim men.
No. So there was 3 men is what I saw with him. 2 of them were white, 1 Asian.
Got it.
1 Asian. Not sure, not actually aware. Didn't get a chance enough to, but.
So your 8-year-old daughter had her bum groped by one of 3 middle-aged Muslim men.
No.
So your 8-year-old daughter had her bum groped by one of 3 middle-aged Muslim men.
No.
Her bum groped by one of 3 middle-aged Muslim men.
No. So there was 3 men is what I saw with him. 2 of them were white, 1 Asian. I saw with him. 2 of them were white, 1 Asian.
Got it.
1 Asian. Not sure, not actually aware. Didn't get a chance enough to, but.
She said him, Daddy. She pointed at a man. It was an Asian male. To be honest, I doubt. I don't think
they always
he is
call him Asian.
I don't think
they
he
always
is
call him Asian.
So your 8-year-old daughter had her bum groped by one
of 3 middle-aged Muslim men. Of 3 middle-aged Muslim men. Of 3 middle-aged Muslim men.
So there was 3 men is what I saw with him. 2 of them were white, 1 Asian. Got it. 1 Asian. Not sure, not actually aware. Didn't get a chance enough to, but 1 Asian, and it's the Asian man that groped her bum.
He has to be arrested and cautioned and interviewed and phone seized to see if they've been videoing children all weekend. Right. The police officer didn't think it was relevant that he's a middle-aged man with other middle-aged men with no children. And I say in the kids' swimming pool, yeah, the whole of Centre Parks is a kids' place. Or they were too busy getting interviews by 3 people. They were running around getting interviews. Who saw Tommy Robinson hitting him? Who saw Tommy Robinson hitting him?
So you now have a court date, is it on April 2nd, for assault when you were holding down this man. You now have a court date, is it on April 2nd, for assault when you were holding down this man.
It wasn't the first, but why would it be the first? But I can't change what happened several days ago, Mr. Yaxley.
I was taken away. Held. I was taken away.
You got arrested because because people come up to the police officer and said that you had hit this man in the face several times. That's why you got arrested.
Okay, so my
arrested because you got arrested because people come up to the police officer and said that you had hit this man in the face several times. That's why you got arrested.
Okay, so my
8-year-old daughter ran over to him and said that there were 3 middle-aged Muslim men in the kiddie pool, and one of them groped her. I'm worried about this. So what can I do? Well, the thing I always do, report the truth about Tommy and his trials. Can you help me? I have an economy class ticket. It cost me just under £1,000, or about $1,500 Canadian, plus cab fare to and from the court, and I'll probably buy Tommy lunch. And then I'm heading straight home.
Ezra Levant was obviously flying over constantly to help Tommy Robinson during and around the times of his trials. Now, I think a lot of this is not only do these people control him and they set his agenda, but they also help him monetize what he's doing. Now, what I mean by that is when we were in the British National Party, we would tend to hold branch meetings in pubs. We would hold meetings in village or town halls or little community centres, and everyone would pass around, a bucket and throw in a few quid, and that's where donations would come from. But when you see operations like Rebel Media, they are very, very slick. They raise huge amounts of money, absolutely huge amounts of money. And I think that's where he fits in helping Tommy to monetize what he does. And I think that's what changed Tommy when he saw just how monetized his operation could be. And Tommy has had quite a lot of help from groups like that. He has been linked extensively with the Middle East Forum in the US. Now, the people who have been alleged to have given him lots of money from the Middle East Forum. And when I say Middle East Forum, the Middle East Forum represents one country in the Middle East. It doesn't represent the Middle East. So let's be very, very clear about that, is that one of those people, Ezra, helped Tommy understand just how much money could be made if the fundraising operation was far more slick.
I always love the Ezra Levant petitions. This is just a bit of an aside, but where do the Ezra Levant petitions go? You know, sign this petition to stop the mosque, and then I'll take all your details and send you begging letters. It's like the petitions go nowhere. You know, you sign a petition to hand it into the council. You don't sign it to send it to Ezra Levant's little, you know, behind-the-scenes monkey who rips out your email addresses and sends you begging letters. That's not a petition. That's signing up to a scam. But, you know, we have to call out the leaders.
Robinson has been pictured in a Mossad shirt. Now, knowing that Mossad were behind or involved in the grooming and trafficking of dozens, if not hundreds, of girls of European descent by Epstein and Maxwell, don't you think he should at least have the honesty, the integrity to say, I've stood against these Muslim grooming gangs, but I'm going to stand against other groomers of other ethnicities because I care about the victims, but he doesn't. And I'll tell you this, and I said it on TR Talk the other week, if Jeffrey Epstein had been a Muslim, Tommy would be standing outside one of Prince Andrew's residences. He'd have a placard in each hand. He'd be shouting he'd be shouting his head off, and Ezra Levant would be somewhere in the background coordinating the fundraising. But because Jeffrey Epstein is a member of a different group of people, one that TR News protects, he said nothing about that case of grooming